Alright, so today we're doing a review on Spy the movie, and it stars Melissa McCarthy, who is kind of like a star magnet for people to go to the movies, but hasn't really been in very good movies lately. So this movie is kind of her own movie again. She's the star of it. She's this really sweet person, and then she turns into like, I'll fuck you up and blah, blah, blah person. But for the majority of the first half of the movie, she's kind of just this shy person who's put in a situation that is way beyond her level. She becomes a spy. And she takes over, I'm not going to spoil it for someone, and goes to...
I liked it. I liked the plot.
Yeah, it was a comedy.
It was actually going somewhere.
Yeah. I think the biggest draw is that Melissa McCarthy's character isn't just a foul-mouthed, go fuck yourself character from the get-go, where that's in every movie she does now, and it's annoying. Like, we tried to watch Tammy shut it off in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
And we just don't want that anymore. We want we know she's a pretty good actress, and she can be really funny, but you don't need to make her obnoxiously annoying.
I think the comedy was the best part, actually. I think next to Bridesmaids, that's the one that she was in.
Yeah.
Next to Bridesmaids, that was the best movie she's ever been in.
I definitely agree on terms of the best movie. The funny thing I found with this movie is it's both a positive and negative. The positive, one really positive thing, the action was like really fucking good. It really surprised me. Like,
Yeah, I definitely
we've
agree.
seen just from the very first scene of the guy whooping ass was great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think my biggest flaw in the movie is while it was funny throughout, there was no big laughs except maybe one or two moments. It was mostly, what do you call it? Giggling, chuckle humor. It was like, haha, yeah, that's funny, Nothing that just, it was no bridesmaid laugh, you know? And which surprised me because it had a huge cast of characters, and actually the funniest lines didn't even come from Melissa McCarthy. She definitely had the great comedic moments and tone, but it was the other characters that were funnier for the most part.
I don't agree about the comedy part. I really thought there was like some really funny moments in that movie. You heard me. I was fucking laughing throughout the movie. Arrival. They made her a little over the top.
Like, tone and moments were probably my favorite in the movie, but that's just because she was like outright obnoxiously evil. Like, they knew it was almost like a Bond villain, but even more over the... To me, the worst character in a way was her friend. Her friend was like really annoying at times, and not because she was...
Her friend was definitely a forgettable character, even though she was within the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, she just didn't have that many great funny lines, and I felt like they tried to give her funny lines, and it didn't really work. Like, I didn't really laugh at a lot of the lines that they were trying to make funny. Like the whole slippery line, and you'll see if you see it, but it's just it had moments where it just wasn't as funny as it was trying to be.
And I think that they should have given her partner a little bit more scenes, so I would have cared about him a little bit more.
Yeah, you definitely needed that. That's why I was saying, like, a lot of the characters feel very one-dimensional except for Melissa McCarthy's character, so that was interesting. So overall, what would you give it out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a solid 5. I mean, it wasn't a great movie to me, but I thought it was good. I thought it was good. It was okay.
Okay, that's super low to what I was gonna give it. I'm gonna give it probably a 7. I thought it was good. It was just much better than I guess I ever expected Melissa McCarthy to do in the last 2 years. But as far as like a great movie, it's not a great movie. I think the ratings are a little overrated on this one. But it's definitely an entertaining movie, way better than I expected from Melissa McCarthy, or anything really from this cast, which are all great, but it looked so bad in previews, and it wasn't that bad. So there's a difference of opinion. 5, which is just average, it's an okay movie. And I thought it was a pretty good movie. Definitely not great, but not a bad movie. Not like Tammy. Tammy's like a 0. It's the one worst movie.
Negative 10.
Negative 10. It's so bad. So that's it. If you should see Tammy, I think that you should. I would say if you,
I would recommend it. Yeah, I mean,
I recommend. Well, I would say matinee. matinee would be the highest I'd go really for
Yeah,
that
because
one.
that's what we did.
Yeah, or red box. I guess hers would be more red boxing it. I would be more matinee. But either way, it's not really a full price. It's not see twice, none of that stuff. So 7, 5, and that's the end.